What's up, guys? Welcome back to Life is Simple, and we back with another video of the JWs versus Norway case, day 2. So I guess the JWs try to clap back. Pretty much the state finished presenting its arguments in the first half of the day, followed by Watchtower's lawyer, Anders, I believe. And then he pretty much started to defend the organization in the second half. Outside, crowds of Jehovah's Witnesses actually lined up to attend, but only a few former members were able to get seats inside. So we had Jehovah's Witnesses actually trying to be there in support. I think that's them right here trying to line up in support. So it looks like the Kingdom Halls must be talking about this. But anyway, so the government lawyer pretty much made it clear again that religious freedom is protected, but it doesn't guarantee public money. Just because a group is religious, it doesn't mean that it automatically qualifies for funding or legal privileges. So pretty much it was stated that equal footing means all faiths are judged by the same rules, but it doesn't mean everyone gets unlimited support. So the lawyer pretty much made it clear that Jehovah's Witnesses are not being discriminated against. They were treated fairly under the new rules and simply didn't meet the criteria. The bottom line is the law looks at actions, not beliefs. And what's interesting is that, Jehovah's Witnesses' own publications was used as evidence, of their exclusion and, avoidance, right? So the lawyer brought up a good point about marriages and registration. She reminded the court that witnesses can still hold religious weddings. They just have to register them with the government, which doesn't violate anyone's faith. So then she wrapped it up by just stressing this is not a ban. Jehovah's Witnesses can still practice, meet, and organize freely, but the government is allowed to say no to funding a group when its practices might harm others, especially young ones or those trying to leave the religion. The goal isn't to interfere with belief, but to protect people's rights. So I'm sure Jehovah's Witnesses are probably taking this as persecution. No, this is not persecution. They're not telling you can't preach. They don't have to give you no money. That's what this is about. But they're saying you can still practice it. So now we get to the second half. Now we have Watchtower's attorney, right? First of all, he dissed apostates, right? He said that shunning is not a word we use. It was invented by apostates. So pretty much we invented it, I guess. But anyway, he argued that what the state calls shunning is actually just religious discipline based on Bible verses. He claimed members aren't forced to avoid others and that any distance is a personal decision, not enforced by the organization. Man, that is gaslighting at its finest. Like, Jehovah's Witnesses are real good for saying, we didn't tell you to do that. That was a conscious matter, right? But they gaslight you in their literature and their Watchtower saying, yeah, this is the way you should treat a person, but it's a personal decision. So he actually denied the fact that this affects young ones, calling it unthinkable and unbiblical. According to him, Jehovah's Witnesses don't cut off family and maintain close relationships even after someone leaves. Wow. He says, we love our families. We take care of them for life. Lies, 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 man. Like, wow. Yeah. He lies a lot in court. It's pretty sad, actually. See, the problem with this is that ExJWs and even some members who have testified say the exact opposite. Being cut off from parents, siblings, and even children for simply walking away from the religion. So pretty much Watchtower's attorney pretty much just said that shunning doesn't exist. Okay, it's just like a passive social distancing. And he claimed that minors are never excluded. He argued that leaving is easy and it doesn't result in family loss. He stressed that Jehovah's Witnesses aren't a threat to anyone. And of course, he insisted that the group should get funding. So pretty much to wrap up day 2, the first half of the day, the state says religious groups can believe what they want, but public money can't support harmful practices like cutting people off from their families. In part 2 of the day, the Watchtower lawyer claps back. He says, hey, it's all misunderstood. There's no punishment, no pressure, no surveillance, and members are free to come and go. Wow. Now, if you're an ExJW, if you are a ExJW, maybe even a PMO Jehovah's Witness, this is gaslighting at its finest. Okay? I'm not even getting deep. I'm not even going deep. Like, what he said is just gaslighting. Okay? They hide behind their literature. They hide behind their magazines. I mean, it's bad, man. The denial of Shunning, despite thousands of consistent personal stories, was like, I don't know, man. I really don't know what to say. It's very upsetting to people who live through it. You know, I'm affected by it. My wife is affected by it. Current Jehovah Witnesses are affected by it. For him to just like go in there and just kind of say like, this is not what we do. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's lies. I hope this will help Jehovah Witnesses see when it comes to, you know, Watchtower defending themselves in court, they don't do well. If it comes to the day where the governing body members have to testify in court or have to say anything, it's over with. Okay? Because they're not built for this. They're not built for direct conflict. They got this lawyer here who they've trained, okay, who probably deep down don't even agree with them, but he probably paid good, I'm sure. They're not being real. You know, they've taken the separate myself from the world to them not dealing with reality. The stuff they're saying, the stuff they're doing. It's going to hit them back hard one day. And I see Watchtower in the future either doing two things. The organization is either going to split up. Okay. It's going to like crumble. The major whole thing is going to crumble. And you're going to split up into groups. Two, they become more powerful than what they are now. This is something we have to realize, guys, in the new age of technology and AI and everything. See, right now, they can't prove a manuscript exists. They can't show Jehovah's name is in the Bible 237 times, but AI can. And who's to say that even though it's fake, it's not real, that it's enough to convince members of the organization that they have found these claims, you know, old claims or old manuscripts. People will believe it because they're brainwashed in the system. They'll believe it. They've shown that they will lie. They're lying in court. They become more powerful. They get in line with whatever system or, you know, because Jehovah's Witnesses is an antichrist religion. Any religion that doesn't believe Christ came in the flesh is an antichrist religion. If you don't believe he was raised on the third day, it's a different gospel. It's an antichrist religion. We have to keep in mind, as much as I would like to see this organization fall, they have a lot of money. All it takes is for them to be submissive to the right power in the world, for them to, you know, prosper in whatever they're doing. Those are two scenarios. Either it's over with and they crumble, or they actually gain more power through false narratives. Because what's happening in the future of AI, people are going to start just questioning your existence. And in a world like that, then they can go back and say, well, how you know those manuscripts are not real? How you know this? How we know that's not AI? How we know the government didn't have AI? How we know that these scholars didn't have AI? And so it just creates more confusion. God is not the author of confusion, but the world is going into confusion. So it's interesting to see what happens, man. You know, this organization can either fall away into the sunset and disappear, dismantle, or they could become way more powerful than what they are now. You guys could go to avoidjw.org and you can go check out the article for yourself. And the case will continue Monday. So that's probably when I see you guys. I probably won't stream this weekend because I'm going to be doing, I just like 2 videos in a row, and then I'll be doing another one Monday. So I'll probably just see you guys on Monday. And thanks for watching. Later. Hey, real quick, if you've come out of Jehovah's Witnesses or any high control group, or you're just starting to learn about Jesus for yourself, I've made a space for you. We've got a private Facebook group for healing and support. If you want to share your story and have it read on the channel, you can email it privately to nomorecults@lifeissimple.org. This inbox is for serious inquiries only. Any debating or trolling will be completely ignored. No need to include your real name. And if you just really want to support the channel and the mission, you can become a channel member and get cool Christian badges, Jesus emotes, shoutouts, and your names in the credits. All the links are in the link tree below. God bless.